Hello everyone. Welcome to this presentation on Montreal, exploring history, culture, and society. Let's get started. While you watch, here's some key concepts related to social studies that I want you to keep in mind throughout the presentation. Another question I would like to pose, which feel free to leave a comment in the discussion board below. How is the culture, economy, and societal norms similar or different to your own city or the city nearest to you? So this is Montreal at night, taken from Mont Royal, Mount Royal. A really beautiful view here overlooking the city. So Montreal is a major city in Canada, which as a nation accounts for a large portion of international trade to and from the United States. Oh, Canada. So Canada in U.S. exports is actually first place, sitting around 17% of U.S. exports. And is third, actually, as of 2024 in U.S. imports, you could see there, falling just below Mexico and China. Etymological origins. Montreal, Montréal, was named by Jacques Cartier in 1535, evolving from the French Mount Royal, Royal Mountain, to the English Montreal by the 18th century, and its indigenous name also means the place where the river widens, which makes a lot of sense if you think about it, because as we're going to see here, Montreal is a key spot for a lot of different water bodies interconnecting. So here's a quick overview on why Montreal is important in the context of its relation to the United States, global culture, economics, sustainability, its society. I also want to first note that I'm not aiming to prove anything on whether Montreal is necessarily good or bad, but rather how it relates to and is important to the study of the United States and of social studies. Montreal is recognized as bilingual because of its French and English blend of arts in daily life. It has a diverse set of tradition, which is actually currently changing, and now has become more diverse to include over 100 different ethnic groups. This diversification overflows into Montreal's art scene, design, music, food, and comedy. The Montreal International Jazz Festival, which occurred recently from June 26th to July 5th, spanning 10 days. This festival stands as the world's largest of its kind, recognized by Guinness Book of World Records, drawing over 2 million attendees, wow, and 350 concerts. This year there were performances from many big artists, and they also had free outdoor stages. It's a celebration which weaves together diverse sets of musical genres, and it reflects Montreal's multicultural spirit. Montreal is well known for its cuisine. The Montreal bagel, poutine, and smoked meat sandwiches, just to name a few. Here's a short clip introducing Somebody Feed Phil, a Netflix show about exploring some of the world's most sought-out snacks. This restaurant is called Damas, and it's actually Syrian food. So relates back to the idea of how Montreal is becoming and is seen as a multicultural city and society.
Come on! So Montreal's a world city, a lot of diversity, and I'm having Syrian food for the first time. I've had Middle Eastern food, and certainly there's crossovers, but I haven't had specifically Syrian food. And Chef Fouad was born here, moved back to Syria, where his family was from when he was 9, and spent many years there, and now he's back. So look at this place, it's gorgeous.
My friends Yoav and Tammy are here too, and Chef starts my Syrian education with a traditional drink, which he tells us is basically the original booze.
So this
That's beautiful.
is called arak.
Yes.
It's made from grapes with anise, and it is the first distilled drink in the world. The name alcohol comes from Arabic, which means kuhl, which is mascara. So they were trying to make mascara,
And somebody thought, I should taste this mascara.
and they got a bit dizzy, and then
And they said,
enjoyed
wait a
it.
minute. You know it's better than mascara. Is there a Syrian cheers?
Sahtak.
Saktak?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
L'chaim.
Chaim is good too. Look at this pita. Oh, you gotta love this. Middle Eastern food is like the food of the moment everywhere I go. All over the world.
This we call a goat's ear,
When you take a little piece.
which you could scoop directly like this.
Good for scooping. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at the eggs. Are those quail eggs?
Quail eggs,
Wow.
cured tenderloin, kind of like a bresaola. So we take this like a little mini sandwich.
You could just sell these on the corner. You could open an Egg McMuffin shop. It's a great breakfast sandwich.
The thing that's so special about this place is that I find that it really brings together people from so many different walks of life, like cultures, religions.
Yes.
Like there's a lot of conversation right now, obviously with immigration and
Yes.
debates about, people moving, and I think people are scared of each other for no reason. But then you come to a place like here, and when it's, in the evening, you completely forget about that, and you just see people from so many different backgrounds.
You
no?
can't hate, you can't be mad, even
No, of
if
course
you're
not.
eating something this delicious.
Yeah.
This is the start of his meals. Usually
Yes.
it's 9 to 15
All right.
courses.
What do you mean?
Moving on.
All right, so time to make and record a prediction. Do you think Montreal is a sustainable city? Is its economy growing, shrinking, or staying stagnant? And what are the major industries or companies out of Montreal? So, as per the World's Most Sustainable Cities Index 2024, we can see here that Montreal actually tops the global rankings in renewable energy percentage, air quality, and number of parks. So it got the highest score of 3.3. Now, let's look at Montreal in terms of its gross domestic product, or GDP, which is a key economic factor. So we can see here that in terms of GDP growth from 2021 to 2024, the growth has slowed to a near stagnation. So from 2021, it was around 7%, almost 7% growth GDP, which is slow to nearly 1%. The 2024 GDP was estimated at around $236 billion Canadian, up 0.4%. Montreal's top industries include Bombardier, Ubisoft, aerospace. So Bombardier Aerospace, Ubisoft, which is gaming, tech, AI. They have a lot of life sciences and finance. So things like Desjardins and Bank of Montreal. So Montreal's current growth has decelerated, and there are some key stressors which include migration and immigration, labor market, and trade and environmental headwinds. Some of the core strengths are its innovation, tech, banking, education, research institutions, and its cultural creative industries. And finally, its strategic geographic location, North American trade. Some of the risks and challenges is a rising unemployment, housing affordability, infrastructure constraints, a larger dependence on exports and trade policies, rising interest rates, and global economic uncertainty. Montreal is an export hub has been affected recently by trade disruptions, talent migration, and competition. Its creative tech outputs centers have influences within global sectors, and its policy model for green economy and social inclusion as an example for other cities. Some strategic responses include its 2030 economic plan, which includes more green, inclusive, and innovative economy with efforts to attract and retain talent, improve its affordability and housing, create more infrastructure investment, leveraging the global markets. So there's a modest growth expectation if the global trade recovers. Interest rates ease, but growth likely will be uneven across different sectors. However, Montreal's resilience also depends on adapting to the shifting global dynamics. Climate, geopolitics, AI, technology. So some history now for you. Montreal was founded in 1642 by French settlers as a missionary outpost. So Paul de Chomedey and Jean Mas Villemarie. Long before European arrival, though, indigenous peoples, including St. Lawrence Iroquoians and Haudenosaunee, lived and traded in the area. Montreal became a central hub in the fur trade, linking indigenous and European networks. In 1760, the British captured Montreal during the 7 Years' War, marking a turning point as French Canada shifted to its British rule. By the 19th century, Montreal became Canada's financial and industrial hub, with rapid growth in factories, canals, and railroads. Immigration has shaped this city, with Irish, Italian, Haitian, Greek, and Middle Eastern communities. In the 1960s, the Quiet Revolution transformed Quebec society by modernizing institutions and promoting secularism. Language and identity remain central, with Bill 101 in 1977 making French the official language of Quebec. Today, Montreal is a vibrant, global city, known for its arts, culture, and bilingual identity. So some geography here as well. Historically, Montreal was seen as an integral part of the trade route, as you can see here, which connects the Atlantic Ocean to other major bodies of water, the Great Lakes, for example. It goes through other major rivers, like the Ottawa River as well. Most fur traders use Montreal as a place of business because of its position and linking many different settlements. Montreal's inception of buying and selling goods created the foundation of our strong international ties between the United States and Canada. Montreal is a municipality within the province of Quebec, governed under provincial authority. The city uses a mayor-council system, where the mayor is elected by residents and works with the city council on policies, budgeting, and administration. Montreal is divided into 19 boroughs, as they're called, each with its own local council responsible for services like parks, libraries, zoning, maintenance. The city must also comply with provincial laws, including the Charter of the French Language, which reinforces French as a primary language to public life. At the same time, Montreal balances its bilingual and multicultural population. So its government is complex and unique. Montreal has also played a major role on the global stage. Events like the Expo 67 and the 1976 Summer Olympics put the city at the center of international attention, as well as 2006. It was designated a UNESCO City of Design, so highlighting its leadership in creativity and urban innovation. Reflecting. What's next? What do you see happening going forward? What are some highlights, things that can be improved? How has Montreal evolved or stayed the same? Data shows a significant and growing trend of diversity in Montreal, with population belonging to the population belonging to visible minority groups increasing dramatically from 5% in 1981 to 31% in 21, which further reflects Montreal's increasing multiculturalism and the impact of immigration. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed.